We're talking today again about prayer for judgment continued, and now we want to dial in on what are the benefits of using a PJC. As we've discussed, there are many other options for resolving a speeding ticket, but sometimes, or any other traffic ticket for that matter, but sometimes through the advice and counsel of your attorney, it may be determined that a prayer for judgment continued is the best course of action in your particular case. In that instance, we're going to be looking at why do we want to use a prayer for judgment continued, and that's broken out into two different areas. First, the license point impact, and then secondly, the insurance point impact. Initially, we would like to be able to use a prayer for judgment continued in a particular case because of the fact that if the PJC is granted by the court, then no license points are issued against your license. As we've talked about in prior video series, license points are how the DMV keeps track of your driving history, and after you've gotten a certain number of driver's license points in a 3-year period, you may in fact be eligible for suspension of your license. So the way that the prayer for judgment continued is very beneficial for resolving a traffic citation is that it prevents the accumulation of any driver's license points for that particular offense. So if you were charged with speeding say 20 miles an hour over the limit, and that charge would originally cause you to receive 3 license points, if a prayer for judgment continued is granted by the court in terms of that particular citation, then no license points would be assessed, and your license would not be in any further jeopardy of potentially being suspended for total points accumulation. So that's one of the reasons that a PJC is beneficial, is that it keeps license points from accumulating. Secondly, we need to look at insurance points. Now, before we go too much further in this discussion, we need to just clarify that we're talking about North Carolina-based insurance companies. North Carolina has a specific commission, and the Insurance Commission, that regulates insurance policies in this state. And so we're really only talking about North Carolina and North Carolina insurance companies in this particular segment. So when thinking about a PJC, the second reason that it is beneficial is because it prevents any insurance points from going against you as a result of a particular citation. So let's jump back to that example of a speeding charge of 20 miles per hour over the limit. That would lead to 3 license points, but 2 insurance points. And if a PJC was granted by the court in that instance, no insurance points would accumulate as a result of that particular citation. So it's obviously beneficial because it's keeping your driver's license points down, but also it's keeping your insurance points down. And for many of our clients, that's what they're really concerned about. And the reason that they're concerned about insurance points is because each insurance point leads to an increase of your insurance premium. And every single insurance company in North Carolina has slightly different policies, so we're not going to get into specific percentages of how much your insurance could increase or decrease, but we will say that for PJC, it will prevent any insurance points from being accumulated so long as you have not previously used, or no one on your family policy has previously used, a PJC in the past 3 years. So the second reason that a PJC is beneficial is because it prevents the accumulation of any insurance points, which would thus lead to an increase of your insurance premium. So as a recap, PJC can be a very beneficial outcome if it's arrived at that decision by counsel and advice of your attorney. And so the reason it is beneficial is because it prevents any driver's license points or the accumulation of any insurance points.